WhatANerdGirlSays, and you are watching episode 2 of Sarah's Quick Picks. If you're a fan of my blog, you will know that I do a weekly post called Book of the Week where I review a book. Unfortunately, I actually read a lot, well, not unfortunately, that was actually really bad. I don't know why I said that. I read a lot of books in 1 week, depending on the week. So it's really hard to narrow it down to the one book I'm going to pick to review. So that's why I kind of came up with the idea for this show, where I talk about the other books that I didn't get a chance to talk about in my Book of the Week post. The Book of the Week is already posted for today. It is Shatter Me, and it is brilliant, and I will leave the link for that blog post below. And right now, let's talk about the 2 books that I read this week. Okay, so the first book, so to speak, that I will be talking about today is The Runaway Queen by Cassandra, Clare, and Maureen Johnson, which is on my Kindle, and it's really hard to, get it without a glare. Well, that's good enough. Alright, well, whatever. This is the second installment of the Bane Chronicles. If you are a fan of Cassandra Clare at all, you know that she writes the Mortal Instruments and the Infernal Devices. And one of the most popular characters from both of those series is Magnus Bane, who is a warlock. He is part of both series because he's immortal, so he's able to live in Victorian England, and then obviously meet our characters in modern day New York. And I guess, because he's so popular and he's always referencing all these stories and these crazy things that have happened to him in the past, Cassandra Clare decided to write his own stories, and they are releasing once a month until December, and I believe in December there's 2 of them. Don't trust me on that one. I don't have anything in front of me confirming that, but I think it's 2 in December. And she's collaborating with Sara Brennan and Maureen Johnson on this, and last month was the first installment, which was What Really Happened in Peru. And we really don't find out what really happened in Peru. Spoiler! Okay, and this one is The Runaway Queen, and this one takes place in France during the French Revolution, and Magnus Bane is recruited to disguise the queen, to get the queen out of the country, because all the lower classes were rising up against the upper classes and the monarchy and all that kind of stuff. And it was hilarious. You should read it. It's all the awesome of Cassie and the Mortal Instruments / Infernal Devices series and that kind of world that we love. But with, especially in this story, Maureen Johnson collaborated on this one, and you just get her humor. She's a funny person. I've met her a couple times, and she's so funny. She's just so funny, and it definitely comes across in this story. The hilarity that ensues in trying to disguise the queen and get her out it was hilarious. It was super fun, and this one was a lot different than the last one. The last one was just kind of a little story about, Magnus Bane's, adventures in Peru. And this one, there's a lot more, and there's a boy, because Magnus loves people, and he falls in love so much, but he's really old, so can't blame him. So that was kind of cool, but this one also kind of left off on a cliffhanger, I would say. There was no resolution. I'm wondering if that means the next story next month will have a continuation, or if we'll find out more about it. I don't really know, but this one was really good. I really liked it. I can't wait to read the rest of them. I can't wait to read them all as a whole story. And Magnus Bane, can't go wrong with a sparkly, glittery, fabulous warlock. Yeah. Okay, the second book that I am going to be talking about today on my video is Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. Yay! There it is. I got the lucky chance to meet her at the Ontario Teen Book Festival at the beginning of May, and she was really funny, and she was cracking me up at the panels and stuff, and I'm not gonna lie, she really endeared me to her when she said that she liked to read Tamora Pierce, because I don't feel like there's enough people in this world that read Tamora Pierce. It's very sad. But anyway, so I really liked her a lot, and before they did all the autograph signings and stuff, I went and bought Shadow and Bone, so mine is signed. Yay! Thanks, Leigh! And I'm really excited because on Monday is her release party for the sequel to this book, and I'm really excited to go and meet her again because she's really fun. She always answers my tweets and my Facebook posts and stuff. I'm kind of an author stalker. That's okay. But anyway, this book is really good. It's very fantasy. It's about Alina. That's how I say it. I don't know if that's right. Lee is how you say it. And she's been, raised her whole life in an orphanage after her parents died. And her best friend is Mal, who of course she's madly in love with. And Mal's a great tracker, and she's not really good at anything. She's learning how to make maps and stuff with the cartographer, but there's really not much going for her until her and like her company are attacked, and it turns out she has this immense power. So she goes to live with the Grisha. That's how I say it. Not sure how it's said. Which is basically a bunch of people who have different powers, and there's different like factions of them. Some of them can do different things. Well, what she can do is apparently really, really unique, and it's something that they've been kind of waiting for, and it's something that they've been kind of hoping for to help them kind of end a lot of the bad that's going on. So they take her with her, and she comes under the tutelage of the Darkling, who's kind of a really important Grisha, and he starts to teach her how to use her power, how to fight, how to do that kind of stuff, and he also is a big flirt at the same time. And Alina really likes it. She's really in a place where she kind of feels special and important for once. And then, of course, not everything's as it seems, and she's not really there for the purpose that she thinks she is, and it kind of goes from there. I really, really, really love this book. It was really hard for me to choose between this one and Shatter Me in order to do the book of the week this week. It was really hard. I really only did Shatter Me because I just read it a couple days ago, where this one I read probably right after last week's book of the week, so it's not as fresh in my mind. But it's just so good. If you're looking for something more fantasy than I think a lot of the books have been lately, then this is definitely a book for you. If you like Tamora Pierce, if you like Game of Thrones, if you like Cinda Williams Chima, if you like that kind of fantasy, it's just so good. And Alina is such a great character, and it's just really great. And Leigh Bardugo really creates this just wonderful, believable world. I give a lot of props to fantasy art authors, because they really have to delve into this. I write young adult contemporary, so I write about things I know. I'd have to really make anything up. I just make up characters and stories in places I already know. Whereas a fantasy author, they really have to do their research and their hard work to come up with these worlds, and when they do it and it's believable and it's exciting and it's fun, it's like, yay, what a win, I'm so excited. And this book really creates that. It's really, really great. I can't even, I don't know, it's just the web it spins, because Alina is taken to this place where she's going to learn how to use powers that she never even knew she had. And it's like a complete shock to her, and while she's just trying to learn her way around the place, she can't pay attention to what's going on outside of it as well. She says she's brought here for a reason, but she can't really pay attention to that yet. She's too busy trying to figure out her own place in this school, and then in her powers and that kind of thing. And she's kind of confused because she's madly in love with Mal, her best friend, and she hasn't seen him and she hasn't heard from him. But then she's getting all this, attention from the Darkling, and you want to get attention from him. He's like the ultimate. So it's really good. Leigh Bardugo, 5 thumbs up if I could do that, because it's just so good. I can't wait until Monday to go to the release party and to get my hands on book 2, even though I've got a stack a mile long of books I need to read. That's okay, because what's the fun if you don't have books to read? But I definitely recommend this one. It's so good. I love fantasy. I really got into YA a lot because of fantasy, and I don't think you get a lot of the fantasy anymore. I think a lot of it's very paranormal or dystopian and very romance. So much romance. And don't get me wrong, I love the kissing, and I love the romance. I do. But sometimes it's just, I need a real fantasy book, and it's this really, I can't say enough about it. It's so good. please go and read it. Plus, like I said, she's such a great author. I'm friends with her on Facebook. She follows me on Twitter, and she's always available to her fans. Like I said, her release party on Monday is going to be so much fun. I'm so excited. And, yeah, definitely a book that you should check out. Okay, guys, that's it for episode 2 of Sarah's Quick Picks. I hope you enjoyed it and that you will hopefully go out and buy these books because they're both super awesome. Like I said, there's lots of links below, so check them out and stay tuned for next week.